In last week's video, I went into the ins and outs of Stabiliser and why you need it. However, there's a really good question that gets raised, and that is, well, what is the difference between Stabiliser and interfacing? Are they both the same? Are they different? Do you use them for different things, or what? So I'm going to answer those questions in this video. But first, who am I? I am Kim. This is Quilt with Kim. You, my lovely, are very welcome. Let's go find out what the difference is then. So on first glance, these are the three of them and they look pretty much the same. So this is Stabiliser and these two are interfacing. This one is a fusible interfacing, it sticks on, and this particular one is a sew-in interfacing. So you sew it in. To the touch, yeah, they do feel different, but there are a lot of similarities between them, particularly the Stabiliser and the stick-on or the fusible interfacing. In time, you do learn to tell them apart by touch, but when you're just starting out, how do you know what to use each of them for? Because what you may have seen in videos, including my own videos, is that both Stabiliser and interfacing give support and structure to your work. But does that mean that you can use one for the other or vice versa? Well, the short answer is no, you can't. And here is the reason why. We use interfacing when we want to give a permanent structure or stability to fabric. For instance, if you were making bag flaps or perhaps bag handles, or you're making collars, or you're making cuffs, or the placket down the front of your shirt, which has got the buttonholes in, all of those require an interfacing, and it could require a fusible interfacing, it could require a sew-in interfacing, that just depends on the pattern. But the idea is that the interfacing stays in place on a permanent basis and will become part of the whole structure of that particular piece that you are making, whether it's a bag or your clothes or whatever it happens to be. Stabiliser, on the other hand, which is this one, this is there to give that structure and support, but on the most part, a temporary basis. Now, in last week's video, I did cover when you might use a permanent Stabiliser, but mostly that's quite specialist for some embroidery. But most of the time, we're putting a Stabiliser in place to support our fabric whilst we are doing some tricky maneuvers, and then we would take it away afterwards. We would tear it away, or we will wash it away, or whatever the type of Stabiliser that we're using calls for. Now, in last week's video, I went into all manner of reasons where you would use Stabiliser and what type of Stabiliser depending on the project that you're using. So you might want to go and check that out either by clicking the link in the description below or over on the video that I'll link up at the end here. But for now, know that we put our Stabiliser on when we are doing something tricky. So you may have a stretchy fabric, for example, that you need to give it structure whilst it is going through your machine, because your machine might kick up a fuss and stretch it out of shape. Or you might be doing a buttonhole, in which case, again, you need to stabilise that fabric whilst your machine is doing that tricky buttonhole. When I say tricky, I mean when your machine is doing a lot in one place. For instance, with your buttonhole, you're asking the machine to go forwards and back and side to side in a really small area. So there's a lot of pulling and pushing as far as the machine is concerned. That's not for you to do, the machine will do that, but it needs support to do that, or it wants the fabric supported whilst it does that. So you would put Stabiliser underneath whilst it did that, so that the fabric doesn't get all bunched up. And again, in last week's video, I gave an example of embroidery stitches or the decorative stitches, where again, because the stitches are going backwards and forwards and ups and downs and all manner of things to get the fancy stitch at the end, we need to support our fabric so that the feed dogs, the machine, doesn't eat it all up, which is what can happen if you don't support it. Whereas your interfacing, as I said, will give that permanent support. It will always be in the project that you are stitching. Now, there are times when you can use both. As I said at the beginning, you might put interfacing in the front placket where your buttonholes go to give a bit of structure and support permanently in that area. So you would use probably a sew-in interfacing for that one. And then when you're actually making the buttonholes, You would get some of your stabiliser, you would put it behind the place where you are making your buttonholes. You would make the buttonhole on the machine and then you would tear away the stabiliser afterwards, because this is temporary and this is permanent. So really that is the main difference between them. Both of them give support and structure to the fabric, but the interfacing gives that support and structure on a permanent basis and goes through life with that project, whatever it may be. Whereas Stabiliser, for the most part, is there to give that support and the structure whilst you are sewing, and then you would take it away afterwards. There are exceptions, but I would encourage you to have a look at my video on Stabiliser that I recorded last week to find out what those differences are, but they are mostly to do with embroidery. So I hope this has helped in this short video to show you that there is a difference between your interfacing and your Stabiliser and where you would use them. And if this has helped, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will love you and I will leave you for now, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.